Hello, my jelly beans. This is Jellywish here, and we are going to continue on with Mushroom Oasis. We are gonna go ahead and give it a start. Actually, just so there's no confusion between playthroughs, I think I'm going to rename my cat. I liked Bubble, so Blub. Okay, so basically what happened was, we have lost Blub, and we need to find him. He's been missing for a while. We looked into the forest, into our backyard, and he is just nowhere to be found. We go deeper into the forest, and we run into a mushroom circle. And then we found his collar, and we passed out. And then somebody finds us. They take us into their cabin. And this is pretty much where we make our first choice. So I think I'm going to keep my guard up in this option. Try to maybe avoid him as much as possible. I shut my eyes quickly, hoping they hadn't noticed. I slowed down my breathing, willing my face muscles to stay still. From beside me, someone chuckled softly. I already know you're awake, Firefly. Come on now. I'm not gonna hurt you. I fluttered my eyelids, straining to look at the person approaching. My eyes widened as I took in their appearance, the protrusions from their forehead catching my attention. Not to mention the green skin. The stranger didn't sense my unease as they heaved a heavy sigh of relief. You're awake. That's good. Very, very good. How are you feeling? I blinked. Oh. It looks like I can skip this part until my next choice. So, oh. Okay, so they skipped a lot, but basically he is giving suggestive thought processes, but we're gonna say no. We're gonna try to avoid him as much as possible. I ignored the pleading voice in the back of my head, stealing my resolve. Strangely enough, the second I made up my mind, the faint static that fogged my thoughts cleared instantly, only replaced with the urgent need to go back home. Mychael goes quiet. His grip on my hand tightened before he loosens his hold. I see, if that's what you want, but are you really sure? Yes, it's what I'm meant to do. His ears flattened at my words. He laughs an empty laugh, mouth twisting into a crooked grimace. Surely you wouldn't mind sitting down for a quick meal. Just a bite, even. Please. His hands fisted at his sides. Do you really have to go? It's either yes, or yes, or actually dinner sounds really, really good right now. But we are going to avoid him as much as possible. So yes, I have to go. Michael stared at me as if looking for something. Finally, he sighed in defeat. All right. I guess I can't keep you here. Not anymore. Let me lead you outside. Michael ushered me toward the back door, swinging it open as he sidestepped to let me out. The chill breeze crept along my arms. I turned toward him one last time. Thanks again for everything. He was silent for a moment, staring past me into the trees. You're welcome. Be careful on your way back. I'm sorry there's not much more I could do for you. He's been nothing but gracious. It's strange for a farewell, but I was too preoccupied with thoughts of returning home to care. I looked over to the woods, the shadows cast from the moonlight causing some hesitation in me. Do you mind giving me some directions as a head start? Michael looked at me finally, then to the horizon with a tilt of his chin. Keep heading in that direction. You'll come across a trail that'll lead you straight home. I waved at him as he shut the door, the mechanism locking shut with a click. I stood there for a moment, questioning if I had made the right decision or not. Another urgent thought compelled me to leave. This is no place for me. I have to go. It was already too late to go back, so I gathered my resolve and walked away. I walked and walked, trees blending into one another after a while. I should have been afraid or concerned, but it felt right. The darkness that surrounded me was too comforting for me to feel in danger. I steered away from the direction Michael showed me ages ago, my feet willingly carrying my body to someplace specific, someplace special, a final destination. Here, the patch of mushrooms I had stepped in earlier. Okay. I was meant to be here. I've always meant to be here. I laid down in the cold, wet dirt and closed my eyes. So those mushrooms are, one heck of a thing, huh? They, not only made us drowsy, but they also compelled us to go back to the mushroom circle. As if some sort of cordyceps fungus that, wants to do nothing but spread their disease. And if you don't know what a cordyceps is, I'll post something about it right here. Oh. Oh no. There I was. And there was Blub. bubble in my first playthrough, but there was blub. Mychael returned. There's not much I could do if the forest has staked its claim on you, Firefly. I wish I found you sooner. Sleep well, Jelly. Ending one peaceful slumber. Ah! Oh gosh, that's terrible! The forest claimed me! Oh no! I'm gonna have Blub be my cat for my alternative playthroughs. Mail. Blub has been missing. We're gonna skip ahead. So I went the route of like, we'll just go with the flow of things. But then I remember, gosh, it's been so long ago, actually. I remember there's a point where he says, don't be scared. And then we have an option to freak out. So, let's do that option. Hi! So, we have to say yes. And let's... Oh, we can say that I don't eat meat, or I'm okay with meat. Let me save here real quick. Oh, I forgot how many slots I have. Oh, those are quick saves, okay. So, I'm gonna go to page 1 and save there. I'm gonna say this time I don't eat meat. Good thing I asked. Thanks for letting me know. Let me pick some veggies from the garden and I'll make you something. He left out the back door with a basket, coming back inside surprisingly quick with a smile on his face. I expected him to toss something into a bowl and have it done just like that, but apparently he had other plans. I watched as he washed the veggies thoroughly before chopping them up with an extra sharp knife, letting them aside and pulling out a container from one of the cabinets. An extra sharp knife, huh? It's a mask tool that will help us later. He set a pan on the stove and oiled it up, tossing in half the ingredients and seasoning them with some herbs and spices while a pot boils next to it. The small kitchen quickly filled up with the smell of his cooking. My mouth was already watering in response. I twirled with a fork on the table, trying to ignore the gnawing feeling in my gut. Luckily, I didn't have to wait long. Before I knew it, Mychael had already finished, humming as he strode over to the table and set my food down in front of me. Ooh! Some sort of risotto? Some sort of veggie risotto. That also looks pretty good. I looked down at my dinner and almost gasped. It looked so good. Well, I mean, I guess depending on if he already prepared the rice and everything, risotto takes a long time to make. I remember I started cooking risotto for meal prep lunches at like 6, and I didn't finish until like 11 o'clock. But that's only because, like, the rice itself, the arborio rice, takes forever to incorporate all of the chicken broth, or even just regular broth. The rice was fluffy, as it peeked out from underneath the colorful pile of veggies. I didn't know a simple dish could look so tantalizing. The serving size was a bit heartier than expected. He must have known I was starving. Mychael brought over his own serving of cottage pie as he settled into his seat. I didn't forget about that cottage pie. It looks amazing as well. But I'm sure you could make, like, a vegetarian cottage pie. It just probably won't have as much of a, meaty flavor. I don't know how else to really describe it, like a super seasoned flavor. Sorry to make you wait. I tried to keep it simple but filling. Go ahead, dig in. You didn't have to tell me twice. I jabbed my fork into the dish, scooping up rice with a spoon in my other hand and shoving it into my mouth. Wow, we're going ham on this. Like, I mean, yeah, I guess we are starving. We haven't eaten anything since, like, we left on our journey. Hot! Mychael kept a polite expression in the corner of his mouth, lifting as I panted with the food still in my mouth. He gave me a few seconds to recover, elbow planted on the table. Okay, so it looks like we can skip a little bit here. Oh, yeah. So he caught our cup of tea that he suggested that we try, and we're clumsy, so it dropped off the table, and he caught it with his tail. Here's the freak out option. Monster. Oh. I don't even like saying that. Oh my gosh. I flinched as his eyes thinned up into sharp slits. Oh. No, please don't be scared. You're a monster! Jelly. Oh. I kicked back against the chair, letting it clatter to the ground as I scrambled into the living room. He was a freak. No! Why am I saying this? I mean, I know why I'm saying it, but I hate saying this about people. I've been called a freak before too, and it's not, obviously, it's not fun. But it hurts my heart to say this about another individual, even if they are so different looking than human. He was a freak. How did I ever let him get that close to me? I have to escape. Now! I ran to the door furthest from the room, hoping it was the exit, rattling the doorknob desperately. It was locked shut. Jelly, please! I abandoned the front door and ran to the window by the bed, my fingernails scraping against the sill. It was sealed tight, the lock barely budging as I tried to twist it with my fingers. Heavy boots slowly came closer behind me. I spun around to see him, by the edge of the doorway, hands up in a careful stance. Jelly, calm down. I'm begging you. Just let me explain. Stay away from me! My eyes landed on the basket. The basket with the knitting needles. Oh no. My eyes landed on the basket, on the bedside table, the needles glinting against the firelight. Oh no. Save, oh no. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this route. I don't like this route. I want to go home. Just let me go home. Leave them. Leave them alone. I'm gonna have to go back to that option, though. Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm not liking this route at all, and I don't like this jelly. This jelly we don't claim. Defenseless, I faced Mychael as he stepped closer. I couldn't stop staring at those eyes. They looked wide with panic. Okay, listen to me. Everything's gonna be all right. Stay away from me, you freak! Why? Why do you hate me that much? Can't we just start over? I shook my head, backing away from him. Just let me leave! I don't want to be anywhere near you! Mychael stopped advancing, hands fisting at his sides. Okay. That's okay. I'll let you go. Just... Ah! Oh my god! I don't like this! I don't like this! No! I fully jumped back. I have to laugh to get through this. Oh no. I screamed. As his arms wrapped around me, all I could do was twist in his hold. I could feel something tightening around my legs, his grip on my chin forcing me to look at his face. Let go of me! Let me go! Static. All I could hear was static. My body went against my will as I slackened against him, limp as a ragdoll as his eyes bored straight into mine. Mychael's smile was manic. That's it, Firefly. I've caught you now. You'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Of course everything's fine. What did you have to worry about anyways? It was your dear, sweet friend Mychael. Trustworthy Mychael. Safe and sound Mychael. He was all that you needed. That's right. Settling, Firefly. I'll take good care of you. I promise. Oh, no. I can't have the real you. But I'll willingly play pretend if it means I get to keep you. I'm not your pet. I'm not your pet. Let me go. Your name is Jelly. You live in the woods with your best friend Mychael. You love Mychael, and he loves you. You've never had a job. You've never had a cat. You've never left these woods. You've never had a home anywhere else. You already are home. Hey, Firefly. You want to help with dinner today? Of course you do. Come on. Ending 3. Playing pretend. Ah! I don't like that either. Oh, okay. We're going back. The knitting needles. Take them. I grasped both needles and pulled them from the yard, the basket dropping to the floor in my haste. Holding them to my chest, I stepped back as Mychael came closer, eyes wild as he realized what I held. Hey, look at me, Jelly. You don't want to do this. You're gonna hurt yourself. Let go of those things. I gonna save again, because I don't know if it'll change. But I don't want to do this! I don't want to! Ah! Oh, God. I'm having flashbacks and memories of what we did together. Oh, God. I'm crying. I'm actually crying. Aiming blindly, I lunged forward. He probably wasn't expecting it because he hardly moved as I stabbed them right through his chest. No! A choke sound made past his lips before he collapsed. This disgusting pair of eyes, dazedly searching the room for me. Oh! Jelly, I can't see you. I backed away, my breath lodged in my throat. That's okay. I know you. I know you can hear me. This hurts so much. He wheezed out a pained laugh. You know, I was so alone. When you came along, I was so happy. Just to talk to someone. To have dinner with someone. You even liked my cooking. I really thought you would be different. Did you really hate the way I looked that much? He laughed bitterly once more, spitting out some blood. Why do I keep lying to myself? This has always been my fate since the beginning. At least I got one wish. I'm not dying alone. Jelly, are you there? Please. I'm getting cold. Tell me you're there. I didn't realize I had tears streaming down my face. He sounded so pathetic. I stared down at my hands, the hands that hurt Mychael. Had I made a mistake? A sputtered cough snapped my attention back to him. I think this is goodbye, Jelly. By the will of the forest, I... He cast one last breath, the sound rattling across the empty cabin as his eyes glassed over completely. I sunk to my knees, hands still shaking. What have I done? Ending 2, you monster. I don't like that one either. Oh my gosh, okay. So this is like when we pick up the needles and we have one last chance. Let's listen to him. He was right. If you weren't careful, you could hurt yourself. Your hold on the needles slipped, your ears picking up at the sound of them clattering on the floor. Defenseless. I faced Mychael as he stepped closer. I couldn't stop staring at those eyes. They looked wide with panic. Okay, listen to me. Everything's gonna be all right. Stay away from me, you freak! Why? Why do you hate me that much? Can't we just start over? I shook my head, backing away from him. Just let me leave! I don't want to be anywhere near you! Mychael stopped advancing, his hands fisting at its sides. Okay. That's okay. I'll let you go. Will you let me go, though? Just... Ah, God. Ah! I don't like this! I don't like this road! What happened to my Mychael? The sweet Mychael! It's the same ending. I was thinking that he would say something different after, like, we thought about defending ourselves, but then changed our mind. But I guess not. But I think I got all the endings. I'm gonna have to double check on that. So, I had to turn off the music for this because, the song is copyright. But anyways. So, that was all the alternative routes for Mushroom Oasis. There are 3 bad endings and then 1 neutral ending. Which that was my initial playthrough. And no matter what, you're stuck in the forest. You don't go back home. I can't wait for day 3. I wonder when day 3 is going to drop. But day 1 and day 2 are already done. But I'd say my ranking of the routes is probably having dinner with Mychael and actually enjoying our time together, and spending time with him more. The second favorite ending for me, I would have to say, is letting the forest take over you. The third is like, it's such a hard choice because either way, you're not going to be happy. The third choice I would have to say is being Mychael's puppet and, like, not having him be alone anymore. And then I don't like the ending where we kill him. I don't like it at all. Like, even though Mychael did a lot to keep us there, he was such a gentle soul. I do not ever want to harm him. He's a gentle soul. And he is a being, and he must be protected at all costs. 'Cause nobody ever deserves to be called a freak, or to be called ugly, or disgusting. Nobody ever deserves that. Nobody. This has been a long rant. I'm sorry. But that has been my playthrough of Mushroom Oasis. They got me good. They got me good with some of the jump scares. But whenever more comes out, I will absolutely play more. This has been Mushroom Oasis, and Thank you very much, Jelly Beans, for tuning in. And this has been Jelly Wish, and I will see you guys next time.